Welcome back, Year 3. Now today we're going to use line to create texture and movement. Now what I've done here is I've looked at 6 different paintings by different artists who have drawn the sea, and they've used line and brushstroke to make their sea look as if it's moving. And what I've done, I've copied the way in which they've made the sea move. So you can see all these lines I have made give the sense that the sea is moving, and that's what you're going to learn to do today. So you open your sketchbook to a clean page, and then what I would like you to do is to divide your page into 3 sections. So I'm going to fold in the middle, and then I'm going to fold it again to create 3 sections, and then I'm going to draw a line down the middle to create 6 sections. And then I'm going to look at a piece of artwork by a different artist each time, all of whom have drawn the sea. Now this picture is by a famous Japanese artist called Hokusai, and if you look at his wave, it looks as if it's leaping into the air. So I'm going to try and recreate this sort of wave shape using line. So first of all, I'm going to do this front bit. The sea dips up and then it goes up a bit like a mountain and comes down. And then behind that is the big wave arching over. And you can see that the artist has given it an effect as if it's got little claws coming up. And that's what I'm going to try and do. And that makes it look like the splashing of the wave, okay? And then what else can I see? I can see there are lines coming down, like this. Lines coming down. I can see there's also the foam of the waves down here. And I can see wave-like patterns over here. So already I've managed to create a sense of the sea by using line. Okay, we're going to move on to another picture. Now this is actually a photo. This is a photo of a huge wave, and I want to try and recreate this in line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the bottom. You see it's calm and then it rolls over. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw a straight line and then it rolls over like this. And then you can see all the foam around it. So I'm going to draw that foam on. There's my rolling wave. And I can see colours, different colours coming down the wave over here. Colours of line in this section, and I can also see movement on the wave up here. And I think what I will do is I will shade in, or no, I will draw lines to show the movement of the wave. So this space, and maybe a little shading. So shading just to show the movement. Okay, now I'm going to leave you to carry on with that. I won't finish because it will take too much time in the video. But the idea today is to take the ideas that you see in the pictures and to put them onto paper using pencil. Okay, let's look at the next picture. So this picture is by an artist called Monet, who was alive in the 1800s. And if you look at his sea, the waves are quite small. So you might draw those waves just like this in your book. Some of them are a little bit longer. They loop like this. And some of them have sharp tops like this, and they're quite dark. So I'm going to shade those in. Remember, when you shade, you don't want to leave any gaps. Okay, so I'm going to fill this space with lines that create a sense of a calm sea. The seas before, these are quite rough, quite terrifying seas, but this is a calm sea. So the shapes in it are very, very different. And I just want you to keep looking at the picture and keep finding details in the picture that you can show in your own copy of the picture. Okay, so I can see dark bits over here, so I'm going to draw those in. Keep filling the space to show the effect that the artist has given the sea. Okay, and you might then want to shade all over once you've finished off that section. Now I've only just started that section. You can spend a little bit more time filling it with all the lines that you can see in the picture. Okay, I'm going to move on to another picture of the sea by an artist called Van Gogh, who did sketches as well as paintings. Now in this drawing, he's used a lot of different lines to create the movement of the sea. So if I look at the sky, well no, I'll start with the sea because we're not talking about the sky. So look, over here, we've got lines coming down like this to make it look like a wave, and they get smaller and smaller. In the corner here, I've got big curved lines. Some dark, some light, so I can press harder and highlight those lines. Over in the other corner, we've got some little curly shapes, and there are also dots that show the spray and the foam of the sea. I can see some wiggly lines like this that create the movement of the sea. What else is there? There are circular lines coming around like this over here, and a little wave like this. All sorts of different lines you can see. Spend time looking at the picture and trying to recreate the patterns that he's used to create a sense of the sea in movement. Okay? Now, I think you'll agree that all of these pictures so far give you a real sense of the sea. If I just draw my sea like this, it's very plain, it's very ordinary, it doesn't really look like the sea. But as soon as I start to add lines, it becomes more lifelike. And that's what we're trying to recreate today. Okay, let me show you another picture. This picture is by an artist called William Turner. And he was famous for using dark colours, but then adding light into them. Now this is a very stormy sea, a very rough, stormy sea. And he uses swirly shapes. This is really quite atmospheric. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do, you can see it's a bit chaotic. The lines go in all sorts of directions. It's a little bit messy, but it gives a sense of the sea, it gives a sense of the storm. You can see the lines coming up in a swooping arc. My work isn't going to be neat. I'm going to try and recreate a sense of the storm just by using the lines, copying the lines that I can see in the painting. I can see whirls as well, not just straight lines, but whirls of lines. Okay, and this gives a sense of what the artist is trying to portray the sea as being stormy. Okay, we're going to look at some other designs now. These are designs created to look like the sea, and I like the shapes here. We've got waves that come across the page like this. We've got waves that arch up like this. We have waves that curl around, and then you can do a double shape like this. Okay, and then add foam over the top. I like that curl shape. I'm going to try again. Okay, there are waves here that loop, so they curl round. Okay, this page, Year 3, is for you to play at trying out creating a sense of the sea and the sense of movement by using line. Good luck, Year 3. Bye for now.